Hello everybody, how are you doing today? Doing another solo video. It's about 3 o'clock on Monday. Doing another solo video. My phone ran out of time. I haven't been able to get any time on my phone yet, or haven't done it. So I checked out the podcast that you did with Aaron, and it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. It was a good idea. Aaron's sitting outside doing one. I'm going to have to do me an outside podcast. But other than that, the weirdest thing happened yesterday here, and I don't even know. I still, to this very minute, don't exactly know what happened. But went into my bathroom yesterday afternoon, and there's a hole in the wall in there where the doorknob busted through one time, and freaking water was coming out of that damn thing. Water was coming out of that hole in the wall. Like a pipe was busted or something. But thing is, and we saw it dripping on the floor, and it was, of course, it was pretty steady drip at first. It was causing a big puddle on the floor. So I get up. Luckily, there's one room we have down here where there's not really a ceiling. It's just insulation, and you can see the pipes. So I kind of got up there. I climbed up on top of a safe we have in there and looked up in there in the ceiling at all the pipes, and there wasn't even a pipe that ran over that far. There was one that went kind of close, and even if that was the one, there was no water underneath it. Or there was no water on the pipes. The insulation underneath there was no, nothing was wet up there. So we're just wondering just where the hell it could have came from. It must have just, went through a little nook and cranny or a little hole in the freaking floor or something. I don't know. I don't know where it came from, but it sure wasn't none of the pipes, because nothing was wet up there, and nothing went over to where that hole was. But anyway, we got the water shut off and tried to look at it, and couldn't figure it out, and turned the water back on. So far, knock on wood, so good. I'm not sure of the exact date they did, or if they have done it yet, but they are going to, they're easing up on the stay-at-home order, at least here in Missouri. I'm not sure about the other states. I'm not 100% positive. I know there's other states that have also are easing up on the stay-at-home orders. And on May the 4th, they're allowing people to go back to work. Well, I mean, I know it's good for, businesses need the money and all that. They're probably hurting a lot, but it seems like a little bit too soon for me. But like I said, I know, businesses need the money and all that, and people are ready to work or whatever. But is it safe? I don't really know. I know most businesses, or a good amount of them, are requiring you to wear, mask and gloves, which that's about as safe as you can be. But I just don't know if it's a good idea, or because I know there's been some of it. There's been some of a turnaround, but I don't know. I don't know if it's quite safe enough yet or not. Would just be very safe about it. I probably would wear a mask and gloves, of course, depending on where you work and if you're work around other people and all that. All that also applies. But I also saw the states that are easing up on the stay-at-home orders have allowed NBA practice facilities to open back up. Say for the states that are easing up on the orders. So I don't know. Maybe we'll have basketball again pretty soon. We'll see. Again, I don't know if it's exactly safe to be getting back to everything yet, but they are. It looks like so. So we'll find out. For a good while now, probably well over a year and a half. So I've been really into Gordon Ramsay, his shows and videos on YouTube. I used to always just kind of think he was an asshole. I never watched his shows, but I would always see the advertisements on commercial on TV and stuff, when it was going to be coming on, and he just seemed like a dick. Major dick is all that's all I really knew, and that he was a really good chef. But I started to watch his watching his shows. It started out with highlights of kitchen nightmares on YouTube is how I first started watching Ramsay. Got to watching them, and I thought they were pretty interesting. So, for long, I started watching full episodes. And yes, he he has his own style. He definitely has. He is absolutely a no bullshit dude. That's just his style. Apparently, it's worked for him, and he's not just a dick all the time. That's just his way of being being in charge. Being the head chef and stuff. And I mean, I know a lot of people can't handle it. I'm sure, but I guess it's a way you'll know damn sure. Know how to do it right once it's all said and done. If you can stick with it and stick with him, screaming in your ear and stuff. But that's his style and it works for him, and obviously it works for him. But yeah, I've been watching his shows, and dude's a hell of a cook. I also watch a lot of his cooking videos on YouTube, of him actually cooking rather than other people cooking and him, kind of directing him. I don't know why I say direct. I say direct and shit like that, like the normal way too. But I guess for fun, sometimes I go direct or whatever. I gotta go get me some water. I'm dying of thirst. High quality H2O right here. Anyway, I know I was talking about Ramsay, and I've seen, Kitchen Nightmares, Hell's Kitchen, Hotel Hell, ones I've seen, and I've seen a few other videos. I've seen like an episode or two of that Gordon Behind Bars where he goes and visits a prison and teaches a bunch of prisoners how to cook. From what I've seen, I haven't seen that much of it yet. I'm just got started, but he's gotten me really into cooking lately. I'm nowhere near as good as him at cooking, but he's got me to where I enjoy it and I kind of get a little more serious about it. That dude must really like eggs because he's always making all the time, Ramsay, all the time making omelets and huevos rancheros I saw. And so he's kind of got me on a kick with omelets lately. I made another one today. Tomatoes, bell peppers, cheese. And I even used mushrooms in this one. He made one. It was morel mushrooms and goat cheese. Omelet, which I thought was pretty good. And morel mushrooms you can find around here. You just go out in the woods and look for them, and they're about my favorite mushroom. You just got to find them because I've never seen them available at a store. At least I've never seen them at a store. If they are, then that's pretty awesome, but I doubt it. Maybe. Anyhow, so I tried to go out and look for some morels one day, but I didn't really look very hard because I wasn't for sure if I was even going to find any. I know they say a lot of times the day after it rains is a good time in April. Is a good. You won't find them year round or anything like that. Anyway, so I couldn't find any of them, so I used some canned mushrooms and the goat cheese I bought. I was gonna make that. I was gonna at least use canned mushrooms and goat cheese, but the goat cheese I bought freaking had mold in it. I don't know if that's normal, because I don't think it's like blue cheese, which the concept of that's just fucking disgusting enough anyway. But had mold in it, the goat cheese did, so I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. So didn't use that. Used cheddar cheese and bell peppers and tomatoes. I even filmed myself making my omelet this morning, so I don't know. Maybe I'll include a little clip of that. We'll see. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to show you the art of making an omelet. Eggs, cheese. I got some bell peppers. We also have to put on it some. Do one of these numbers. Even though it drives me nuts when people say that. Do this number or whatever. Butter's pretty much ready, so I'm gonna throw in my 3 eggs. Boom. Actually did not take that long. And now, you see my tomatoes and pepper and the mushrooms I'm gonna use. Throw these peppers on here. Tomatoes. Almost forgot. If I have tomato, I might as well use it on this omelet. Throw it on there. And now, I don't know if I've even tried this. I'm gonna try some mushroom. Yeah. Finely shredded cheese and bell peppers are musts for an omelet for me. Alright, there we go. Pretty much melted. We go onto the plate. Not bad. Time for a bite. Man, pretty excellent. Like I said, he's got me on a kick with cooking lately. I'm getting better and better and better at it. Again, I ain't no chef or anything like that. But a couple nights ago, I made crab cakes for the first time. Looked up online how to and bought the ingredients to do so. Turned out pretty well, actually. I had canned crab, and used breadcrumbs, parsley, a few other seasonings, lemon juice. They were pretty good. Tasted about like what you would get at a restaurant. And with it, we also made salmon and some green beans. Like the long green beans. I think they were actually called like French beans or something like that. But yeah, long green beans. Made tacos a few nights ago. Went all out for that. Got all the setup. I took a picture of the final result. But yeah, really been getting into cooking, and of course I love food. And if I'm going to record a podcast, what I'll do is I'll take the mic and set up and go right up the road here where I can use some Wi-Fi, and we'll do one. We've had quite a bit of rain lately. Today it's probably it was 66 degrees outside the last time I checked. And I had a real bad habit of going to bed at like 4 or 5 o'clock there for a good couple 3 weeks, and waking up at anywhere from noon to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But last few days I've been actually getting to bed quite a bit earlier, anywhere from 11:30 to 2, which that time range is early for me. And then I've been getting up in the morning, anywhere between like 8:15, 8:30 to about 9:30. So I've been getting up a lot earlier, so that's probably why I feel more up and awake and more with it, because I always do feel a lot better when I get up early like that. Been mowing, obviously. Little NBA news. What the hell? All of a sudden I was starting to talk about something and my video just crashed. Like my camera app just crashed. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Am I seriously going to lose all of that video I just recorded? Luckily I didn't. I got on there and it was there. Thank gosh. So I didn't lose all that. I would have been really pissed. It didn't show up when I first reopened my photo reel or whatever. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? But no. It saved it, thankfully, so I didn't lose all that. But what I was getting ready to talk about right before it did that was The Last Dance documentary. I know it's been airing. Unfortunately, I have not seen 1 second of it yet. I'm lame and I don't have any cable. I don't have cable down here at my house. And I know you can like see it online and stuff too, but I haven't had any internet either, so haven't seen nothing yet. I've heard good things about it, and I've seen a few quotes that MJ and others have said on the show. And I heard that there's also an unedited version going on somewhere, like ESPN.com or something like that. And apparently there's quite a bit of F-bombs in the unedited version, which, whatever there. But I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it eventually, for sure. I saw, they did the NFL draft, a totally different way of doing it this time, but they got her done. There was like two or three players from Missouri, University that is, and 2 from Arkansas. And then there's also been 1 or 2 from those schools that have signed as undrafted free agents. So good. I mean, it's always nice to see local people go in the NFL or any of the pro leagues. I know there's one NBA player that went to school around here that I know of. I live in Missouri, Anthony Tolliver. It's always good to see local athletes. There's quite a few in the NFL, quite a few in the major leagues from this area. there's at least one I know of in the NBA from around here. I saw, which is pretty cool. Around here, the minor league team we got around here, since of course nobody's able to go to the ball field and watch a baseball game right now. What they did was they simulated a PlayStation game, my PlayStation minor league game, and broadcasted it. The people that broadcast the games normally, what they did was they just put on a PlayStation a baseball game, simulated it, with just the computers playing, I guess, and they were broadcasting it. He was there, and he had his phone right beside him here with the other broadcaster, and I guess they were both watching it and communicating back and forth. He said he set it to the left because he's always talking on the left at the games. So that's pretty awesome. I saw that on the news, but I'm gonna get online and try to find that game because I want to see that. That's interesting. That almost made me want to put on my NBA game and just have computers play and just sit there and start broadcasting. Who knows? Maybe I'll do a video of that one day where put on a game and you just see me sitting here broadcasting. I don't know. It sounded fun the other night after I heard that. And of course, right after that, I played me some 2K. I don't have a baseball game for my PlayStation 3, unfortunately. I still have a PlayStation 2. I actually have 2 of them, but I don't have any controllers. I don't have any controllers for them. The one I have, you plug it in, and it's like the left analog stick is turned one direction because you're just playing, and without touching the controller, the screen just goes in circles, like you're moving the analog stick. So something's up with that controller. But I do have 2 PlayStations. If I get a controller for them, I can play. I've still got a lot of games for them that I'd love to play, really. I got Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, which is... Originally, I was going to get a controller to play that game. But the controller was for a PlayStation 2, was $14, just as much as a PlayStation 3. Controller. So I decided, well, no. And so instead, I went to Walmart and bought GTA 5. They had it for sale for $10. So I'm like, well, hell, I'll just do that. Went home. Very good investment, because I like that game quite a bit. And, of course, there's other shit you can do that you can't do in San Andreas. But then also in San Andreas, there's stuff that you can do that you can't do in GTA 5. In San Andreas, I know you can buy houses. You can't buy houses in GTA 5. You can buy, properties, but you can't buy any houses. I know at one point Franklin, there in GTA 5, gets another house, but, that's not your choice or anything. So I wish you could buy houses, but it is cool. You can buy properties and just all the other shit. You can call cabs. I like that. That's awesome. And, get on a phone. You can text whoever or call whoever to hang out. And, there's a lot of shit about that game I could say. I could go on. And I love GTA as well, or San Andreas. I just call them all GTA, so it's which one am I talking about there, Cody? But, yeah. But either way, I do have GTA 5 now, and I'm glad I bought it. But I also want to get a PlayStation 2 controller so I can still play San Andreas. And I have a Rocky game that was made in 2002 that I've always liked playing. I probably first played it for the first time in 2005 or 2006. But that's awesome. I could never get past the second fight against Apollo Creed on that game. He is impossible to beat. I think I finally did. I must have finally beat him because I know I beat Clubber Lang, I think, on the very first try. But, man, Apollo Creed number 2 on there is hard. Then again, in the movie, he looks like a pretty hard fucking dude to beat, and old Rocky did it, though, just barely. Alright, anyway, I want to get a controller. I got GTA 5, I got GTA San Andreas for PlayStation 2. I got Grand Theft Auto 3 as well. I got Liberty City Stories, even. So, obviously, I'm a big Grand Theft Auto fan. Not the crime, the video games. Yep, I got Hitman 2, Silent Assassin on PlayStation 2. That's always been one of my favorites. That game can be a little hard. That can be pretty hard too. Got Max Payne. That game's weird. I know I got on a level that I couldn't beat, and that's all I've been. That's all I've went on that ever since. But have a Star Wars game, Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Love the shit out of that game. But yeah, so yeah, I got to get me a controller. I can do me some retro gaming. Because I guess PlayStation 2's retro now. While back, they weren't worth shit, but if I keep these long enough, they'll probably be worth something. Because hell, nowadays, I saw you can buy a original PlayStation at Walmart, but they're like $50. And I know the Nintendo GameCubes you can buy again now, but they're about $90. So they're kind of like a, I don't know, old school thing now. I don't know the word you would use. Not delicacy. I don't know, but I don't know. They're ancient now, PlayStation 2 and all them, and it doesn't even seem like it. It doesn't seem like they're that old, but they are. Shit. PlayStation 2 came out in 2000, so that's 20 years ago. You can't find... Hell, you can't even find PlayStation 3 games hardly anywhere anymore, and I was surprised about that, because I tried to... Oh, hell, probably 6 months ago, I tried to rent one out of Redbox. Not one single PS3 game in there. And it wasn't that long. Hell, they still had PS3 games in there, like, I don't know, a couple of years ago anyway. But, I don't know. PS4, it's been out a while now. Hell, 5 or 6 years, and I guess PS5 is going to be coming out pretty soon. They look pretty fancy. I don't think they really need a new one yet, but whatever. Come on out. It's like iPhones. What are we up to, like iPhone 28 now? They got a new one about every year. That's not necessary. Come out with one like every 3 or 4 years. You know, that's more reasonable. Or even 2 or 3, not every single year. Because at first, like, they didn't come out every single year. It was like probably every 2 years. But I had an iPhone 4 for years. Like probably 4, I think it was like 4 years. And now I got me an iPhone 6. 6S actually. I had a 6 before this. Anyway, like I was saying, PlayStation 4s they're pretty cheap now, I guess, about $250 for a new one. So I could go that route, but I don't really play enough video games to where I feel like it's not worth spending that much, because when all I really play is my NBA game and GTA. That's really all I do as far as video games, other than like maybe phone games and stuff like that. But even those, not very often. Yeah, NBA, GTA, and the occasional, very occasional Call of Duty. I got Black Ops set 1, 2, and 3 in there that I sometimes play, but mainly just those two, NBA and Grand Theft Auto. So I don't know if it's really worth it to buy a new PS4. The only thing that sucks is they stopped making NBA games for PS3 at 2K18. I have the last one they made, and eventually that'll be outdated. It doesn't take very long for NBA video games to become outdated, I've noticed, because people switch teams, and even way more so nowadays. And, you know, players get better, so, you know, in a couple of years you might have somebody on the game that has like a 92 overall rating, when nowadays in real life it's more like 76. Or vice versa. So there's that. And then rookies and stuff, the new rookies, they're not... But anyway, it works. I don't think it's really worth it for me to buy a PlayStation 4, unless I just get really into more gaming. I would like to get 2K. I've never once in my life played a video game, like PlayStation Online or Xbox Online or anything like that. I will one day. I'd love to try to play GTA online. I bet that would be hella fun. So, I don't know. I might wind up getting a PS4, but I'm not in any hurry to. My PlayStation 3, actually, one time, it fell off of Entertainment Center was on and quit working. Luckily, looked up YouTube videos, and fixed it myself. I really do feel so much better getting up at, say, like 8 o'clock in the morning, or 9 even, rather than noon or 1. You just kind of get up and you're like, oh my gosh, and like... almost feel like you want to go back to bed, but don't, because you'll feel like shit all day and what have you. Have a headache and all that. No fun. So that's about all I really got. I tried to make this one a little longer. I'm gonna try to make another video and get up their Wi-Fi. We need to get another podcast going with Michael for y'all to see here on the Bros for Life podcast. I have just been informed I'm out of storage, so thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you in the next one.
Thank you all for listening today. We appreciate it. We hope that you'll tune in for the next episode. Have a great day.